Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Gemini in mid-October 2020. What is going on, Gemini? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, guys. Welcome to mid-October. Pardon me. Wherever you are in the world right now, Gemini, I hope you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love, as 2020 is still out here behaving like it doesn't have a curfew, behaving like it has no one to answer to, because it doesn't. But you know what I mean. So anyway, hopefully, again, wherever you are, things are going swell. Gemini, let's go ahead and get into it, my friends. Anything you want from me, it is in the description box below. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there. If you want to ask a question of me before you place an order, just use the email that's provided down there. If you're interested in doing donations for the channel, you may use the Cash App or the PayPal app down below. Just make sure that you have like a little notation if you send anything my way that says, hey Jay, this is a donation. That way I don't think I'm just getting random money for no reason, because it kind of makes me a little uncomfortable. And if you're interested in following me on Instagram, my name is EmpathicFire Tarot over there, and the link for that is down below as well, okay? Gemini, I can't even say your name. Gemini, let's try that again. Gemini. Let's see your messages for mid-October 2020. Mid-October messages for Gemini, please. I'm not going to take that. Well, I'm going to look at it, because there's three. Yeah, there's three. Ace of Cups, Temperance, and Five of Coins. Maybe turning sour on a love offer, or turning down a love offer, it feels like. Maybe feeling rejected in love for some of you, or just like, things are not going the way I want them to, or these opportunities aren't coming my way. That could be what that is. But that wasn't your reading or any part of your main reading. If those cards are meant to come out, they will. But let's go ahead and find out what the real story is, or what the meat and potatoes is. Let's find it out. Gemini. Last one. Thank you. In mid-October, let's see, please. Okay, hey, Three of Cups. All right, Moon and Lovers, okay. Yeah, that's one. That's one. One more, please. And the Hangman. So kind of, a little bit what we were just talking about with those cards that turned over in the pre-shuffle. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do what I don't normally do and say, this might be a third-party situation for you, Gemini. You have the Three of Cups, all right, the Moon, and the Lovers. Moon is major arcana for Pisces, and Lovers is major arcana for you, Gemini. You could be dealing with either a Pisces or another Gemini, but you don't have to be. And the Hangman, secondary major for Pisces, so that's twice for Pisces. If you guys are messing with them, that's a big old confirmation for you, or synchronicity. But this very well could be a third-party situation. Caveat still with that, it doesn't have to be romantic, but I am getting that heavily. So I am probably going to address the third-party situation, or whatever the complication is, the situationship is, as if it's between romantic partners. But it does not have to be. It could be family related. It could be related to disagreements, or not disagreements, but conflicts or confusion amongst friends or business partners. Doesn't even have to be people. Third-party situation can be someone being overly committed to external situations or external obligations, such as work, or, unfortunately, things like addiction, okay? But Gemini, for you, I feel there is this trying to smooth it over. Three of Cups, trying to smooth it over. Trying to make the best out of anything. Not necessarily a good situation or a bad situation or a terrible situation. Just like making, like smiling for the camera, like that phrasing, like even if you're miserable, even if you hate what you're doing or you've had a bad day, just like sucking it up and putting on a bright face, like optimism, like almost like toxic optimism. Interesting. Toxic Optimism. Because I think this Three of Cups and in the combination of everything that's come out here, it's not a real representation of what's going on. So if this were to translate into that third party situation, which I think is bumping for at least like 30 to 40% of you, in the romantic sense, it could be third party again in different ways. But for the romantic sense, I'm going to use this as an example. If you have a couple, married or not, long term or not, I don't care, but they're committed. They're an item. You and I, we're a thing, right? The partner who has the outside person, the other person, the side biscuit, right? They deny. They say it's not a big deal. They say it's never going to happen again, and they want to just, water under the bridge. Let's forget about it. Let's move past it. They don't want to confront the damage that has been done by getting involved in that third party or with that other person, right? They don't want to confront the ways in which they've hurt their primary partner by breaking their trust, by making them feel worthless or unattractive or whatever. And it's not like you do this on purpose. Most of the time, people don't set out in affairs or any third party situation with the intent to hurt other people. The intent behind a third party situation, not making an excuse, I'm just, explaining it, is they're seeking pleasure or something for themselves. And they ignore the consequence or ignore the repercussions it's going to cause or the hurt feelings it's going to cause for other people. So there's this intent, there's this not wanting to recognize that all that seeking of pleasure, indulgence, having a good time, meeting new people, sleeping with other people, if not romantic, again, getting involved in or possibly betraying the trust of a friend or overextending yourself at work or indulging in your addictions or fixations and obsessions, whatever form it takes. Someone doesn't want to confront the negative sides of this. Traditionally, the Three of Cups is about partying. It's about celebration. It's about cutting up and having a good time and living as if, not as if there's no tomorrow, but like really living in the moment, the joy, the pleasure of it, satisfying those carnal desires, right? If it's not in the right vibration, this can easily turn over to impulsivity and hedonism. And what happens when you're impulsive? You run the risk of damaging yourself and or other people or the circumstances around you. Or if you think about it, like most of us have been there before. Go back to your college days or your teenage days or whenever you were your wildest, right? And think of the wildest night that you had. Were you and everyone else feeling great in the morning? I don't know about you, but the several parties that I went to in college, the next day, it was a rough one, right? So in the moment when someone's like, hey, Jay, take another shot, I'm just like, yes, I'm going to take another shot and give me another one after that. And give me some of that and give me some of that and da-da-da-da-da. And taking it all in because in the moment it felt great. But the next morning or maybe even a day after, depending on how much I indulged, right? The recovery after was kind of difficult. Now, if someone regularly does this indulgent thing, and they never think about, well, if I have 15 beers, I'm probably going to be hungover in the morning. If they don't care about that and they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, like this is, whoever this is, you or someone else, Gemini, I don't know. It's really just like knowing the third party exists, knowing that this energy is disruptive, is hurtful, is damaging, right? And not reconciling with it. Just wanting to sweep it under the rug or diminish the impact. And that could be, I'm sure some of us have been in situations like that where it's a group of friends and maybe we've all gone on a bender and like 2 or 3 people are like feeling super rough. One person is probably out, they've got like alcohol poisoning or something like that. And one other person is like sitting over in the corner just like, that was a fun night, wasn't it, guys? And everybody's like, what are you talking about? That was too crazy. That was too much. We went over the top. It was too much. And the person who's feeling all right, they're just like, oh man, that was so much fun. We should do it again, right? And everybody else is like, please, if I just smell a glass of vodka, I'm gonna vomit again. Like you know. This person has no like, they, as the kids say, they have no chill. They have no chill. So it's made more and more complicated because somewhere in here is a partnership, is a dynamic duo that I'm assuming at some point was meant to be honored. Could be similar to what we see here. It looks kind of like a marriage. Okay? Not for everybody. It's not just for those who have exchanged vows. It could be for anybody who's just been dating for 4 weeks or something. It doesn't matter. But there is this connection. And what I'm sensing, and I'm saying like so many things in this video that I don't normally say, because third party, number one, there's only 1-3, but it's like the energy is like here of third party situation, right? And the other thing that I don't normally say, what was I about to say? Oh shit. Damn it. What was I about to say? Damn. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you. My guys are like whispering, narcissist. Okay, so yeah, some of you are dealing with a narcissist straight up. Whether that's clinically or in the ways that we throw it around social media these days, and like everybody who's just like a little bit irritating is now a narcissist. Like, so I'm critical of that use because I think people throw it around like it's, you know, worth 5 cents, and it's not. Because it is a true clinical diagnosis that you can have, and I'm not an expert clearly, but I just assume there would be degrees to it. Like covert narcissism is a term that I've heard before, but I don't remember the exact definition. So like there's different types. But anyway, my point is this. I feel many of you are dealing with some type of narcissist. Okay, take that with a grain of salt. Investigate that term and how it might be reflective in your relationship, and do with it what you will. But I normally would err on the side of caution with it. But this is easily admissible. And when I say easy, it's not that easy. Like, it had to come out in this energy, and it really did. So it's like, I don't think that this is like one of the markers I think of a narcissist is that they blame you, right? They shift blame and they project. I don't think that this is that type of narcissist. And again, this is why I don't use that word often, because I don't know the nuances of it and I don't know the different degrees or levels to it. But I feel like this is the type of quote unquote narcissist who gets by lying, by misleading. They're not bombastic. Let me say it that way. They're not bombastic. They're not ranting and raving. Okay? For many of you, this person is not a ranter or a raver. This person is very calm in their delivery. And, you know, things that I've seen online and videos and people's testimonials is like, sometimes they can be highly argumentative. A classic narcissist, I suppose. This is not one of those types. They're not going to argue with you. They're not going to gaslight you that often. Or at least the gaslighting that they do isn't that quote unquote traditional type. Okay? This person lies, manipulates, cheats, clearly. And then I suppose convinces you it wasn't that big a deal. Convinces you it was only one time when really it was 15 times. Okay? This person convinces you that somewhere in a previous conversation, in a previous discussion that you guys have had, you gave them permission. Like, well, or they go on the technicality. If you have one of those types of relationships that are on and off again, well, it happened when we weren't really dating. So is it really cheating? No, it's not. You know, it's like, and the shitty part is that this moon card is interested in projecting the Lover's card or spotlighting the Lover's card. Meaning, I think I've said that. I don't know when I said this. I know I've said this in like a video, and it might have been a private, so I don't know. But anyway, there was this routine or this joke that Eddie Murphy told in one of his comedy specials, the Raw comedy special back in the 80s, where he was witnessing a friend cheat on his wife, and like she caught him in bed with a woman, And she was crying and like, how could you do this to me and all this other kind of stuff. And Eddie says that his friend, like, I think the joke goes, he's standing there butt naked with a heart on and all this other kind of stuff. And he's like, hey, 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 hey. Yes, I fucked her. Yes. Yes, I had sex with this woman. But I make love to you. It's like that. Like, you know, please look up that section of the special, or watch the whole thing because it's hilarious. But it's like that. It's like this person wants to minimize what they did. Like, I had meaningless sex with this person. The sex or the intimacy that I share with you has value, has meaning. That's that spotlight on the lovers. What we have is special. They might gas. You're watching a tarot reading, or whoever this is. You could be the culprit, Gemini, and your cross watcher is watching. But whoever's watching, they might say shit like that to you, knowing that it's just going to make you stay, right? Oh, we're soulmates. You know we're soulmates. You're my divine feminine. You're my twin flame. Whatever the hell they might say to you. And I'm not, throwing dirt on that, and I'm not trying to criticize that. Not really. But they use that to continue their bad deeds. The moon, depending on what it's around, will kind of absorb or work in the behest for the benefit of what is surrounding it. And what is surrounding it? Somebody who's indulgent and has a primary choice or a primary partner, or somebody that they have a rapport with, a relationship already built up with. And the moon is deceptive, is cloudy, is murky. It's not clear. It's the moon itself, the thing that hangs in the sky that we look at night, it's a reflective thing. The moon doesn't cast light that it has from itself. It reflects the light of the sun. So there's sort of this feeling of we perceive with our human eyes and our human senses that the light coming from the moon is from itself. It's not. It's a reflection. So it's not even true light of the moon. It's light of the sun, technically speaking, scientifically speaking, right? But we don't think of it that way. Oh, the moon is shining bright tonight. No. I mean, technically, it does not shine. That is not what it does. It is not a lunar body or a cosmic body that emits light. It doesn't do that. But we perceive it that way, and we speak of it in those terms. So what's the truth of this? You or someone else or whoever's in this situation is dealing with a narcissist, dealing with someone who readily goes into third-party situation, is indulgent, and pleasure seeks and all that kind of stuff, but is trying to portray themselves, shine like they're committed and they're faithful and they're loyal. Lies. Final card in your opening is the Hangman. So what do you do with this information, Gemini? Well, it turns your world upside down, or it turns you upside down at least, as we see with this person hanging up by her ankles from this tree, and you're kind of stuck there. Now, I'm not saying you're stuck there as in you're stuck in this situation. First of all, I guess I should say it more often. When I do readings, I'm doing it for the autonomy and the independent choice of the person watching, whoever it resonates with, right? If this is you, Gemini, cool, I'm your cheerleader. If it's the person that you're screwing over, I'm their cheerleader, okay? So what the Hangman is showing is that someone is stuck. They perceive themselves to be stuck. Or they literally are stuck. If you're married and you don't have the means to go about divorcing or separating or whatever, or it's just not something you even want to do, maybe you want to try and work it out, whatever your reasoning is. But the perception has to change. Thank you. You might be stuck, but you're not stuck without any type of hope. You're not stuck without any type of resolution. You're not stuck without any type of way of improving your circumstances or eventually getting over it and moving on, right? And, I've not been married. I came close, okay? But I know what that's like. You get this idea, me and this person, we're simpatico, we're on the same page. And then shit comes out and it shows, oh shit, we're not on the same page. What am I supposed to do now? This is a natural outcome of that, or this is a natural product of that way, of that experience. That turn of events would put anybody, most people, in the Hangman position. So you, Gemini, or again, whoever resonates with this message, is in the hangman position. What do I do? Or not even what do I do? I think really, thank you. It feels kind of numbish, like numb. Like I'm in this stuck feeling, but I don't know what to do with it. I'm in this situation, but I'm not happy. And it could be like that. You could know, see, that some of you or whoever's resonating with this message might have low self-esteem, thinking you don't deserve better, or I'm never going to find anything better, so I might as well just stick with what I have. No, because that allows this person to continue to be indulgent, which is exactly what they want, which is, kind of the playbook of a narcissist. I want you to do what I want you to do and not what you want to do, because that allows me to have power over you, right? So I feel the narrative or the personal dialogue needs to change here. No one is ever stuck. I know it's difficult, but no one is ever stuck. That's unacceptable to me, but that is someone's reality. And the perception has to change. How someone thinks of their circumstances, how they think of themselves, how they think of this other person, all that needs to be changed or reevaluated. Boom. And today is the first day of Mercury retrograde, and things get heavily reevaluated and reconsidered in retrogrades, period. So this might be, for some of you, just starting. You're just coming to these conclusions or getting this information is being revealed to you, because that's the other thing about the moon. It's about secrecy. It's about things being kept, submerged in the subterranean, not coming to the surface, not seeing the light of day. You might now be seeing a lot of stuff come up to the surface, and it might knock you for a loop into the hangman position. But wherever you are, or whenever this resonates for you, please remember, you're not stuck. You're not stuck. Nobody is stuck. That's such a misperception. Anyway, let's see what other information is going to come out for you, Gemini, please. For Gemini, further information regarding the situation for Gemini, please. Magician. Goddamn right. Yes. Hopefully this card is also good. Yes! Yes. I'm sorry I got excited. Because I love growth. I love growth so much. I love it. And that's what this is. Magician, 3 of Wands. How about it? So, Magician, secondary major arcana for you, Gemini, as well as Virgo. You could be dealing with a Virgo, but you don't have to be. And 3 of Wands. Listen, make your destiny. Make your path forward. If you want something to change in your life, go ahead and be about the business of changing it. If you want someone who's going to love you and treat you right, get rid of your fucking dud of a boyfriend or a girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever and find somebody new. Or go solo dolo for a while. But you ain't got to be nowhere where you don't want to be. You don't have to be dealing with anybody that you don't want to deal with. That's the fact of the universe. That's the fact of life. All right? I'm turned on now. I'm plugged into something that's very resilient. I'm plugged into a vein of your energy or wherever this is coming from that says, you know what? All that stuff where you or whoever it was thought that they couldn't, that was a line. That was a crock of shit. That was a line. That was not true. Feeling that someone's crumbs equal the entire meal? No, not true. I'm a fucking adult and I deserve a full meal. What are these crumbs you give me? Unacceptable. Magician. That's self-made energy. Not strictly in a business sense but I'm meaning manifesting. Thank you. That's the word I really want. Manifesting. Being able to create something out of seemingly nothing. Taking full stock and having full view or awareness of the resources that you have at your disposal and utilizing them for your best outcome. That's what the Magician does. So some of you are sitting in situations, marriages, commitments, what have you, or again, it doesn't have to be romantic. You're sitting in roommate situations where your roommate is always blowing their part of the rent and you're covering their bases, or you're covering up for them and you're paying their part of the rent. Say what? Kick them out. Find a new roommate. Live alone. If you're already paying someone's portion of the rent or portion of the bills, You're clearly not hurt up for money. So the pentacles part of the little cookies that are on the tray that the magician holds, you have full possession of the pentacles. So what do you need to increase or utilize instead? Maybe you need to utilize the swords instead. Tell this person who's, sponging off of you, listen, buddy, get your act together, or I'm going to use this sword and we're going to have a problem. Not threatening them with actual violence with a weapon. That's not what I mean. But just tell them straight up, I'm not going to be devalued in this way. I'm not going to be taken for granted. I'm not going to be used and abused this way. Verbalize it. If not verbalizing it with the swords, take action with the wands. Oh, you don't have the rent? Well, I guess I'm going to go into your room, take that PlayStation or that Xbox of yours, and we're going to go down to the pawn shop and we're going to find some money. Now, granted, I'm not saying that that is necessarily the nicest thing to do. Karmically, maybe it's not even the best thing to do. But at least begin to show a person that you're not a doormat, that you're not somebody who doesn't value themselves. Let me tell you, the magician values the hell out of themselves. I don't care if it's a Gemini, a Virgo, a Pisces, or a freaking Capricorn. It doesn't matter who you are, what your gender is, what your sign is. When you embody the power of the magician and your high vibe, no one but you decides what goes on in your life. No one but you decides what is tolerable and intolerable. Make those calls, man. Three of Wands, for some of you, is a get up and go. Straight up. Maybe not as impulsively as Three of Cups person is, and maybe it doesn't happen as quickly, but it could. That'd be a rude awakening. And again, I'm not here to co-sign on bad behavior, but I am going to co-sign when people step into their personal power and do things that are healthy for themselves. That's my mission in doing the tarot, period. How can you become a more powerful individual? A soul that is meant to be respected and loved and cared for. Whatever situation is going on already isn't someone caring for another person, isn't one soul caring for another. It's using. It's taking for granted, taking advantage of. It's devaluing. You want to be valued? You might need to step the hell off. Totally pack your shit and go. Will that leave someone in the lurch? Maybe. Will that hurt someone's feelings? Possibly. If they're a narcissist, do they really have feelings? I'm being facetious. Unless they're a psychopath or a sociopath as well, they probably have feelings to some certain degree. Okay. But this is what I'm sensing. Like, step into your own preservation of self. If this is a friend, a family member, again, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, and they don't value you, or the way that they value you still makes you feel like shit, you don't need them. You don't need that in your life. I don't know why I have to. I mean, I guess people think about things way differently than I do. But I just don't understand it. When people don't show you that they value you, all right, we're done here. We're done here. And it's not to say only give it to me. I'm not saying for you, Gemini, or whoever this is resonating with, everybody has to serve you and you don't have to serve anybody else. That was, to me, already kind of given in the situation because of the crumbs that are being dealt out here. And somebody's like, oh, those crumbs are delicious. Someone's eating crumbs and they think they're sustaining themselves. They think that's a healthy meal. It's not. So that's what I'm saying. You might be giving someone a full-on meal and in return, they give you crumbs? No, ma'am, no, sir. We're not doing that. That's ridiculous. So anyway, let's get some advice for you and then we're going to wrap this up. Advice for Gemini in this situation, please. Advice for Gemini in this situation, please show me. Okay, is that 3? Yeah, it's more than 2, so I'm not going to take it. 3. One more time, please. Advice for Gemini in this situation, please show me. Listen, justice. Go on down and get your divorce papers. I know it might not be what you want to hear. I know it might not be what you want to do. But in some of your cases, go ahead and file those divorce papers. Go ahead. Pay the fine. Pay what it takes to get that shit started, because that is one of the ways some of you, not all, some of you are going to get what you deserve. Be able to finally put yourselves in the position to create your own happiness, create your own stability, create healthy relationships for yourself. You need to get free from someone in some cases, especially if you're married. In other cases, this would more generally apply to everybody, not just those folks who are not married or whatever. The advice is be fair to yourself more than anything else, because I really feel you're dealing in a situation, Gemini, where someone hasn't been fair to you. Friend, family, lover, I don't care. They haven't been fair to you. So seek justice for yourself. Be your own advocate. If nobody, listen, I know it's tough. I say it from this super outside perspective. I'm not living the experience, but I've been in similar situations. If you feel like you've got no one in your corner, be in your own damn corner. If you want someone to cheerlead for you, hi, go for it. I support you, right? But there has to be a value placed on what you bring to the table and what you have to offer another person in a situation. And there also has to be a value in just you existing and being who you are. You know, I feel like I'm talking to, this is such a stereotype, but this is what I feel like. I feel like I'm talking to, and no offense to anybody, but I feel like I'm talking to a sad, broken housewife who has a husband or a wife, you know, no discrimination here. All right. Everybody can be awful. All right. Not just men, women can be awful too. Right. So I'm just talking to somebody who just has such a low sense of self, and someone is just steamrolling them over and over and over again. And possibly it is permitted because someone doesn't know their own value. They don't have self-esteem, or they don't have very high self-esteem. They have never felt, you know, that they were attractive to gain another partner. Well, I might as well be happy with what I've got, because if I'm out there and I'm single, I'm just going to be lonely forever. Listen, I don't know your story. I don't know the specifics, but that's what this feels like. It's like something is better than nothing. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's conditioning. That's unhealthy. That creates toxic bonds. That's codependency. Bullshit. Unacceptable. Okay? Find justice for yourself, value for yourself, stand up for yourself, and or get a fucking divorce. I'm not always a champion for divorce. I feel if two people want to try and make it up, then do that. But what did I say earlier in this reading? Somebody ain't trying to make up nothing. They want their cake and they want to eat it too, 5 days a week, 24/7, whatever. They always will want it the way they want. And they'll feed you little crumbs. Oh yeah, we'll work it out. Oh yeah, I'll go to therapy. Breaks off a little crumb. Yeah, oh yeah, marriage counseling, therapy. Uh-huh. And then it never comes to pass. They never fully go. They never commit to the process. Whatever. Oh yeah, I'm never going to see him again. No, yeah, I deleted his number from my phone. Sprinkling the crumbs. Somebody else is sucking it up like a freaking vacuum cleaner. And the cycle will continue. I'm done. Virgo, excuse me, not Virgo. Did you have a card of Virgo? Ah, the Magician. My bad. And I just did them. Gemini. My bad. Gemini. That is your reading. If you like what you saw here, hit the like button for me. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this resonated in your life. Please do so. Feel free to share this video with anyone that you think it would help them, or if you just like my style and you want other people to see me, that'd be cool. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, friends, please consider subscribing. Again, if you want to see me for a personal reading, you can find out how to do that in the description box below. Gemini, I will be back very soon to do the November readings. Until then, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Take care.